Hey everyone, Dave here. So sorry for being able to come up with a video just now. So from what I've earned over the past couple of months mining and trading, I decided now to build my third rig. Unfortunately, I had to scratch the Sapphire RX 570 8GB rig build due to the rarity of those cards. I sold the 2 cards and ordered 12 GALAX GTX 1060 ExOC white version. Looks pretty, right? You may wonder how come from 1080 Ti to 1070, now I'm building a 1060 rig. This third rig could actually be almost at par with my GTX 1080 in terms of hash rates and run more efficient, not to mention costing about 30 to 35% less of what I spent building my 1080 Ti rig. Cost to hash rate ratio is better and power to hash rate efficiency is way better. So presenting the GALAX GTX 1060 ExOC White. What I like about this card is that compared to other 1060s in the market, it has a little higher base clock and boost clocks compared to 1060s in the market, not to mention cheaper by $20 to $40. Now, this video will just be an intro video of my actual build since I was only able to get 6 cards delivered. The remaining 6 will be delivered next week along with the other components that I ordered like riser cards, server, power supplies, and a decent rack. Yes, that is currently my backup rack. If you're thinking if that's a custom made rack, no. And yes, that is a shoe rack. Don't judge me. You make do with what you have for now. So I used my previous motherboard, which is the Biostar TB250 BTC Pro 12 GPU board. 8GB RAM stick, G4560 or G4400, I can't remember anymore. And since I want to know what memory chips I got, I'll first test them out using Windows, so this SSD will be handy. If you still remember how to set it up, so you first install your CPU in the board, install the fan, make sure you connect the fan power line to the motherboard, install the RAM stick, hook up the SSD. There should be 2 cables, one going to the board and one going to the power supply. Don't connect yet your video cards. Connect first your mouse and keyboard and fire up the system. You need to first edit the BIOS settings. Go to chipset and boot settings. Make sure these are all your configurations. Save and continue. See if your system will boot up Windows, or if you don't have Windows installed yet, see if the installation window will display. Once you've already loaded Windows, shut down the PC and disconnect the power cables of your power supply. This is the time you connect your GPUs. So after connecting my GPUs, I have to go back to my BIOS settings and fix the PCIe settings. Save and restart. If everything was correctly done, you should be seeing all the video cards in the device manager. Sometimes it's going to take a while to pop up one by one. If not, there is a chance you'll need to reinstall graphics driver. Just download the latest one and then install. There you go. 4 cards all accounted for. So what I wanted to do first was to check the memory chips of these GPUs. You can do this by downloading the software called GPU-Z, install and open. It helps you see the details of your video cards and then some other features which I'm not going to discuss, maybe in another video. So all cards seem to have Micron memory chips. Actually, all the NVIDIA cards I have are all Micron memory chips. Go figure. Next, I want to benchmark the hash rates of these cards. What I thought of doing is instead of downloading all miners and figuring out the config for each algorithm, why not just use NiceHash? NiceHash can be used to benchmark video cards individually and per algorithm. Next, what I would always do when breaking in cards is to run them on stock settings for at least 24 hours. This is to see if there are any problems with the system or the cards themselves. Since I don't have complete components for the 12 GPU rig, might as well test these cards out. Just some tips when encountering frozen monitors or crashing systems. Things to check would be risers, like this one. When I benchmarked this particular GPU using NiceHash, it kept on crashing the system. I thought of changing first the risers, and true enough, the benchmark was able to complete with the replaced riser. Another tip when testing out the rig is you can actually open up a stopwatch app and display it on the screen. This is so if ever the system crashes and the monitor freezes, you will have an idea how long did the rig run before it crashed. Well, of course, not all the time this is effective. So here, I've been running the rig for the past 13 or so hours straight, and so far so good. I'm going to wait and see if it will reach the 24-hour mark. Hopefully by that time all components have been delivered already so that I can proceed with the actual 12 GPU build. If you want to see how I build that using a server power supply and Simplemining OS, please subscribe to my channel. You can also watch other videos I've posted about mining somewhere here. Thanks for watching and happy mining!